All right. How's everybody doing? Super long day? Good. All right. So we have a lengthy program for 30 minutes. I won't lie to you. But the first thing that we're going to do is have the co-chair of SIG Storage, Saad Ali, come up and give us some words and sentiments of his friend, colleague, and partner in crime of SIG Storage, some words.
Cool. Thank you. Can everyone hear me? How about now? All right. Cool. Thank you. So my name is Saad Ali. I just wanted to share a few words about the untimely passing of my friend and co-chair Brad Childs. Brad was a co-chair of SIG Storage and someone I considered a friend. And the first thing to know about Brad was that he was always irreverent and quick with a joke. I remember when Brad and I both ended up in Israel for different reasons for work. I met up with him for lunch, and the first comment that he made to me was how difficult it was to find bacon. So, to give a bit more background on Brad's involvement with Kubernetes, Brad served as SIG Storage chair since almost the inception of SIG Storage, from the beginning. He was involved with pretty much all the big projects for SIG Storage. That includes the PV-PVC controller, the attach-detach controller, dynamic volume provisioning, pretty much any project with Kubernetes storage he was involved with. Basically all the things that you love or hate about Kubernetes storage, he was responsible for. To give you a sense for how far back Brad's involvement went, one of the earlier major SIG collaborations was trying to make the PV-PVC controller more stable. To do this, we had a group of SIG storage contributors just get together in a meeting room to try to iron out all the weird corner cases. And to give you a sense of how small that group was, we all fit into a small conference room at Google. It was like 7 people, a handful of Red Hat people, a handful of Google people, and that was SIG Storage at that time. And so to put that into perspective, we held a face-to-face meeting for SIG Storage today, and there were 60 people, and we had to cap attendance. So it's absolutely remarkable how much the group has grown, and in no small part to Brad's work. So Brad's last message to me a couple of days before he passed away was how much he was looking forward to KubeCon and to seeing everyone here. So I'm sure he would be super happy to see everyone, but I'm sure he'd also have some one-liner poking fun at us for being so sappy. So with that, I'm going to open it up to the audience. If there's anybody that wants to say a few words about Brad, feel free. We'll run the mic around.
And it's okay if you don't either.
Well, I didn't know Brad as long as Saad, but I think I did meet him back in 2015. And I'll tell you, I didn't discover until a few of us were circulating around last night that what I experienced, I thought it was unique to me, but apparently it wasn't, that in SIG storage meetings and also CNCF storage SIG meetings, a different group, Brad and I felt established some camaraderie where there'd often be arguments and you pick your battles. And I still remember with Brad, it would be typical where we'd share opinions and somebody would put something on the table and there'd be sidebar private Zoom chats going on of, isn't this crazy? What do you think? And it kind of preserves your sanity in those meetings. And I didn't discover until last night that apparently 2 or 3 other people had this kind of thing going on too, but it was kind of his personality. And I think part of that is it's kind of interesting that I've had experiences, I've been working a long time, and you build up friendships when you work in the model of everybody's in an office, sees everybody every day. But I didn't appreciate until Brad passed the loss that it actually felt like you lost somebody you knew who was a friend, and how I think it's a testament to how well the communication goes on in these SIG meetings. You know, the storage SIG was aided by occasional face-to-faces too, but even those Zooms actually really work to get to know people. And I don't know, that's my thought on Brad.
Cool. Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, so let's, oh, sure. Only nice things, Tim.
So I was around in SIG storage sort of in the early days, and then as the SIG matured, I sort of tapered off my involvement. They didn't need me anymore. Saad and Brad were doing a wonderful job of shepherding all the work there. But I remember sort of the first time I met Brad, it was just within a few hours of it, I was ribbing him like he was my oldest buddy. We were slinging, backhanded comments at each other, and it was fine. And he's just like a guy I knew forever, right? And then I don't think I'd seen him for a year and a half. And then there was some other meetup, he was in town, and I saw him, and we just picked up where we left off. And he was just that guy. He was your friend instantly. So, miss you, Brad.
I met Brad in Austin at the Contributor Summit there. Sorry. I didn't think he was legit. I was like, he's so nice and just so nice and down to earth and funny as hell. So, see you soon, Brad. Let's do a 30-second moment of silence. Thank you. Thanks, Dad. All right. And since Brad was so awesome and cheery and always liked recognition for other people that did good things, the next part of our program is the awards piece. We started this last year in Seattle. We obviously know that CNCF has a top maintainer and things like that, but this is kind of our awards for us by us. And so Claire Lawrence and Tim Pepper ran the program for us this time. So Claire and Tim, let's do some fun stuff. Let's do some fun stuff.
All right, so our awards. The first set of recognitions that we want to give this year is a special thanks to our steering bootstrap committee members. So we just had an election, right, and things have turned over. But maybe people haven't been around a little bit longer paying attention within that, don't realize the extent to which an initial set of first people set up the bootstrap effort on the steering committee. So I know only a couple of these people are here today. These are super, super busy people, but to name them, and please come up here, we have a little something for you, the couple of you who are in the room. So Joe Beta, Brendan Burns, Clayton Coleman, Brian Grant, Sarah Novotny, Brandon Phillips, and then Tim Hawken is a semi-outlier. He was on there initially and then had to step down, but we have a thank you for him as well. Anything you want to say?
Here, I'll
Joe.
So when we started Kubernetes, we just did stuff, and we didn't really have any governance, and it mostly worked out okay. And then as the project grew, we realized that we were going to hit some hard decisions that we needed to make, and so a group of us got together and kind of self-nominated that, hey, we're going to do this established governance. And it was a really tricky thing because nobody really gave us any authority to do it. And but we did it anyway. And so we really tried to do something that we thought everybody would go along with and made sense. And as part of that, we wanted to provide for continuity. So we had a certain amount of overlap between sort of that group and then, you know, as we started electing folks. And so for me, this last election and bringing in new folks with new ideas and new energy is sort of the completion of that whole process. And so I'm so happy that that's sort of like self-appointing, I guess nobody else is going to do it, we should do a constitutional committee type of thing. I'm glad that phase is over, and now we're to the point where it's nothing but elected folks on the steering committee. So super excited about that.
What he said.
Yeah, and as we formed the Bootstrap Committee, we really wanted to lay down some processes that would help the project continue to grow and evolve and be successful. And we did set a 2-year limit for the Bootstrap Committee being as part of the steering committee to give us some hard deadlines to make sure we actually put enough in place that how the project operated was actually could be understood by other people to carry the project forward. And, you know, I think after about 18 months, it was pretty clear that that was mostly done. So I think that worked out really well. So yeah, thanks to all the new steering committee members for picking up the baton and doing the hard work to carry the community forward.
Suckers.
Thank you. This is super cool.
Stay up here. And any other current steering members, please come on up here. So for the rest of the awards, we'd just like to have you up here to recognize our winners. So amazingly, out of our set of awardees, there's only one who couldn't be with us here today, but the first one, SIG Cluster Lifecycle, nominated Lyubomir Ivanov for all the work he's been doing recently around kind and other things that go on within the SIG. So we have an award for him, and we'll make sure we get it to him. Our next one is from SIG Instrumentation to Hong Kong. Are you here? No? Oh, we have two not here today. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Well then, on to the next one. This will go faster. SIG Scheduling has nominated Huang Wei for work on the evens pod spread alpha feature in 1.16. Come on up. Next one from SIG Storage, we have Michelle Au. She has done an amazing, huge amount of work in SIG Storage, just a massive volume of work going by on code review and shepherding PRs and just going above and beyond all around, bug triage, mentoring, all of that.
Next up, we have Jordan Liggett, nominated by SIG Windows for all of his efforts on improving the Kubernetes API review process. Next up, for the multi-tenancy working group, we have Ryan Bezdisek, sorry if I butchered that, for his help with multiple projects across the new working group, mentoring approvers and reviewers. From SIG Release, we have Catherine Berry nominated for all of the work done on making the test info role basically automated out of existence. And then lastly, we have Tim Hawken nominated by SIG Contribex for all of the Kubernetes Contributor Summit t-shirt designs throughout history. And that is all of the awards we have from this year's Kubernetes Contributor Summit. Thank you so much, everyone.
All right, I've dried my eyes. That was mini embarrassing. But now, last of the show, we are going to do a group pick, which is awesome. The last time we all gathered in the Seattle hallway and all sardine citied into this little area. What we're going to do is go over here to over here, like where Deb is with her hat. That just because there's some better lighting. And then before we all get up to move, then we're going to have Jonas. Where's Jonas? Jonas right back there. This is for new contributors. Everybody. Oh, by the way, we had how many new contributors and intermediate? I think it was 125, right? Something. Yeah. Hands up if you were in the new contributor or intermediate contributor workshop. Yeah.